Her recent actions make it very clear that she does not want Johnny and Chanel to adopt her son. Are you denying the agony that your son has caused my daughter by changing his mind at the very last minute?
Of course not.
Oh my God. I'm the father of Sophia's baby.
I came as the scariest monster in Salem. Me. EJ DiMera.
Despite how bad it looks, that we're wrong.
For his sake, he better have. Because from now on, I will be watching every move that he makes.
In this episode of Days of Our Lives, Salem faces chaos on multiple fronts. EJ DiMera goes to extreme lengths to help Johnny, pulling strings that could backfire spectacularly. Meanwhile, Jada's romantic evening with Jeremy takes a terrifying turn when she learns the shocking truth about his past with Stephanie. As the DiMeras deal with haunting secrets, Aaron faces the truth about Tesoro's paternity, Kat gets entangled in dangerous deals, and Halloween horror hits Salem with eerie echoes of Stefano's legacy. EJ does everything in his power to support Johnny, and Jada's encounter with Jeremy is terrifyingly enlightening. Today on Days of Our Lives, Aaron receives the news he feared. EJ corners Amy, and Jada finds out about Jeremy during their date. When Alex returns home, she is shaken but thrilled about Stephanie's book launch. She tells him about Jada and Jeremy's date and believes he planned it all to win her over. After a while, she overcomes her embarrassment and tells Alex about Jeremy's rage and the time he almost drowned her in the hot tub. She maintains that it was not a drowning, but rather a drinking game gone wrong. He wavered between tenderness and rage, which is definitely abusive behavior, while she was young and confused. Is Jeremy acting like a nice guy? The date between Jeremy and Jada at the pub appears to be going well until he confesses that he knows Stephanie, at which point Jada quickly discovers that he is the former boyfriend Steph was afraid of. He simply maintains that he has changed his life when she asks him directly what occurred. He is then informed about Bobby/Everett by Jada. She won't tolerate doing that once more. Is Amy willing to play ball for EJ? At EJ's request, Amy stops at the DiMera mansion. No, that's why she makes it obvious that she's not there. She expresses her opinion to him that he is to blame for Sophia's predicament. He says that they may support one another because they are both failing parents who are estranged from their children. After learning what EJ had done, Johnny felt it was best for the infant and backed out of the adoption. That indicates that a decent father is now prepared to adopt. EJ, not Johnny, was to blame for this. EJ will completely and entirely stay away if Amy drops her objection to adoption, allowing her to concentrate on Sophia. Amy will consider it. In their bedroom, Johnny discovers Chanel staring wistfully at the baby cot. Though Johnny won't let her, she is prepared to give up on adopting Tesoro. Until it's over. It's not over. After giving each other a little affection, Lonnie takes a picture of the twins wearing their Halloween outfit. Johnny says they will have children. Is Aaron going to give up Tesoro? When Aaron receives the DNA results, he is preparing for Halloween. The father is him, which indeed. Who else remained? Aaron enters a panic, but Kat calms him down and assures him that she will be there for him through it all. He is undoubtedly relinquishing his parental rights, but he made a mistake once and now has to give up his child. Kat reassures him that she is there for him and that he is still a good, kind person. Is Salem haunted by Stefano? It turns out that Leo is taking a Halloween tour, and Aaron was dressed up to deliver it. They quickly identify the other individual, and Aaron affirms that Tesoro is his. Adam, the obnoxious jury guy, interrupts the conversation because he is happy to see Leo again. The guy wants to hear about the serial murders and devil possessions, but Aaron begins the tour with a story about the naked alien couple who crashed on July 4th and mentions the cruise, which had a lot of deception. He thus rebels and takes them all to the DiMera home. Leo tells him that Stefano isn't in the mausoleum, but he still wants to see it. His remains were never located. They all bolt out of there after hearing some eerie noises. In the last scenes of the show, when Jada hurries to Alex and Stephanie's to tell them she broke up with Jeremy, they inform her that they believe Jeremy singled her out. There was no accident about the match. She is in disbelief. After Stephanie shares what she told Alex with Jada, the two swear they will be keeping a close eye on Jeremy going forward. Jeremy loses his temper and slams a pumpkin on the ground in the plaza. When EJ and Kat cross paths in the square, she confides in Aaron about learning he was Sophia's baby's father. Oh, is that correct? He requests that Aaron sign away his parental rights as a favor. Tony's incredible turnabout, Greece's sinister secrets revealed. When it appeared that Tony DiMera had vanished while on a Greek cruise, the DiMera family was in a panic on Days of Our Lives. This wasn't just thrown into the script. This article will explain what transpired, why the missed boat theory seems flimsy, and what the disappearance could signify for the DiMeras' larger anniversary season plot. Days of Our Lives, cruise panic. What was actually involved in Tony's absence? When Tony's wife, Anna DiMera, contacted to report that Tony had been abandoned by the ship, EJ DiMera became extremely alarmed. EJ started making arrangements as soon as Anna called in a panic, sending Kat Green to inform Chad DiMera while he was on the phone. Everyone sighed with relief when Anna subsequently confirmed Tony was okay. However, the plot and details are strange enough that I don't believe a dropped call incident marks the conclusion of the adventure. Questions about the Port of Corinth, why the missed boat story seems unreal. Anna maintained that Tony's delay was caused by a lack of mobile coverage and a business meeting at the Port of Corinth. The issue is that Tony is aware that cruise ships depart according to a set schedule. Unless something else occurred, it doesn't seem likely that he would purposefully miss the ship for a single meeting. Unless it's hinting to a bigger narrative element, the authors don't just throw in a "we thought he went missing" scene. Days. DiMera conduct. Is Tony behaving uncharacteristically? Tony has been acting strangely lately, as viewers have observed. He is too preoccupied with managing DiMera Enterprises, plotting with Gabby Hernandez, bringing in Theo Carver, and threatening Titan. Both Chad and EJ commented that Tony felt strange. The long-standing soap opera notion is fueled by this peculiarity. Is the man we're seeing indeed Tony, or is there another factor at play? The Andre hypothesis. Is it possible that there was a doppelganger swap? Andre DiMera has a lengthy history of scheming and mimicry. According to traditional soap logic, abrupt, non-Tony-like decisions could be explained by a temporary swap or by Andre's eventual return. A switcheroo is made possible by Anna's initial worry and her hasty "he's fine" call, which allows the real Tony to be hidden and replaced with a quick-thinking imposter in Salem while the family believes everything is normal. Greece, the Kyriakis, and a potential kidnapping angle. Days of Our Lives. Kyriakis, Victor's homeland, is Greece. Did Tony end up with someone connected to the Kyriakis, or was he tricked into going to a meeting? The stakes are raised by the setting, the Port of Corinth. Did Tony fall into a trap designed for someone else, or was he specifically singled out due to DiMera Kyriakis' past? DOOL. Theories on the resurrection of Megans, Rolf, and DiMera. Days of Our Lives' history of resurfacings and crazy scientist storylines cannot be disregarded. Classic hooks for a big return plot include Stefano Legend, Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, Megan Hathaway, and Secret Mediterranean Lairs. The program may use Tony's brief disappearance as the first breadcrumb if it is constructing an anniversary umbrella plot around EJ's lab and DiMera secrets. Days. Connectivity to the anniversary umbrella story, the significance of this. Writers have been hinting to EJ's covert lab, unusual happenings at the DiMera estate, and a new Stefano atmosphere. It's not a throwaway, as seen by the timing of Tony's MIA beat before the 60th/November sweep. It probably links into whatever massive DiMera-centric plot the program is preparing to unveil. DOOL. Who gains opportunity and motivation in Salem? Who gains if Tony is compromised? There could be reasons for Andre, the opposing DiMera family, or an outsider attempting to undermine DiMera authority. The pool of suspects and agendas is expanded by the appointment of a new CEO, Theo's involvement, and EJ's lab. Red flags in upcoming episodes of Days of Our Lives. Things to keep an eye on. Watch for small changes in Tony's behavior, as well as instances where Anna seems strange or too relieved. Theo and the new CEO's decisions and allusions to old Stefano-era technology or Mediterranean contacts are also noteworthy, and any clues that connect the lab to body swap science or resurrection. Whether this was a mere squandered opportunity or the beginning of something much more sinister will be demonstrated by those beats. Last thought, a lost opportunity, or the beginning of something greater. My guess is that this is a setup rather than a coincidence because of the timing, the DiMera background, and the show's tendency to make dramatic reveals during sweeps. The fingerprints of a wider DiMera umbrella tale, which may involve kidnapping, impersonation, or mad scientist resurrection, are present in Tony's MIA panic and will be profitable during the anniversary/November sweep push. When Halloween horror strikes, Alex saves the day after a cat's stabbing scare. As Halloween horror strikes, Alex Kyriakis will save Cat Green after she has a stabbing scare, according to Days of Our Lives spoilers for Friday, October 31st. Let's talk about what's happening in Salem, since there will be some scary news and important confrontations. First, Alex will confront Jeremy Horton and yell a warning in the Friday's Days episode. In addition to denying blabbing to Leo Stark once more, Jeremy might be subject to additional charges for exposing Stephanie Johnson as Anastasia Sands. But now that Jeremy and Jada Hunter linked on a dating app, Alex is more worried than ever. Stephanie and Alex think that might be Jeremy's attempt to get close to her friend and cause issues because it seems a bit too coincidental. We know that Jeremy is not responsible for Leo's discovery of Anastasia Sands' true identity, and it honestly doesn't appear that he arranged that dating app match. Alex will, however, continue to level further charges and insist that Jeremy should keep Stephanie alone. That also applies to Jada, who ended her relationship with Jeremy before it really started. Stephanie will proceed with the reveal of Anastasia Sands. According to Teasers for Days, Stephanie will take off her disguise and reveal that she is the author of both One Stormy Night and her brand new mystery book, Right Out. There will be some excitement surrounding that public admission, but drama may be building as Days has hinted that Stephanie might go missing soon. Kat will respond to EJ DiMeras' most recent request in the interim. Although Kat might insist she can't, EJ is hoping she can persuade Aaron Green to give up his parental rights over Tesoro. Aaron alone must make this decision, even if Kat acknowledges that Aaron is willing to relinquish his rights and allow the adoption to move forward. Kat will provide Leo with some crucial updates, and she might even admit that she believes the adoption is still proceeding. Leo may have emotional difficulties on Friday's DOOL show, since it will be difficult for him to consider saying goodbye to Tesoro. Although Chanel Dupree DiMera and Johnny DiMera's chances of adopting Tesoro appear to be improving, they will shortly encounter yet another obstacle. Aaron might decide he wants to raise this child alone, which would worry Johnny and Chanel. Johnny and Chanel will be dealt a hard blow because there may be some delays in the adoption procedure. He'll warn Kat to be cautious when someone with a knife lunges at her once they're back with Alex. Alex will be able to push Kat aside and send her flying into Chad DiMera's embrace. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, this stabbing incident will be included in all of the Halloween chaos. Maggie from our screens, the cancer diagnoses that will take away days from our lives. Events frequently take us by surprise, presenting us with challenges we never would have thought possible and smacking us with something unexpected. Off-screen and in soap operas like Days of Our Lives, that is equally true. Suzanne Rogers tells TV Insider that she went through it this past summer after receiving a cancer diagnosis. Rogers first sensed something wasn't right, and her doctor diagnosed her with stage 2 colorectal cancer after some testing. She tells TV Insider, "It was all a shock. Since I take quite excellent care of myself, I believe I was in a state of shock for a few days. It's fortunate that you caught it in time," he remarked. She began treatment in June and had chemotherapy and radiation 5 days a week for 6 weeks. She was able to largely conceal it because that coincided with Days of Our Lives' own 6-week summer vacation. Given that Roger's on-screen daughter was also a cancer survivor and an amazing source of support during Roger's ordeal, she relied heavily on her friends Suni Osterman and Lindsay Godfrey. While she went through the infusions, Godfrey would sit and clutch her TV mother's hand. She also found solace in dinners with Sarah's portrayer, her daughter Alita, and Paul Telfer, because the performers themselves are so much closer than the drama and rage that are currently unfolding on TV. It was a pleasant experience both on and off the set because, as Rogers explains, I knew I could count on them. We truly feel like one big family. Although Rogers finished treatment at the end of July, she is only now going back to work next week because it takes a lot of energy. Maggie won't be absent until the end of next summer because the show is filmed 10 months in advance. Because Maggie wasn't going anywhere, as executive producer Ken Corday made plain to her, and she could resume as soon as she felt ready. Ultimately, I was able to stay positive, stay on top of things, and overcome this thanks to the prayers and well wishes from my friends and family. Rogers intended to let the audience know what had transpired and to alert them to Maggie's eventual disappearance now that she had survived the ordeal. She tells TV Insider, "There have been some things on Facebook that said that I had retired and that I had left the show, and none of that is true. I want people to know what's happening, but I don't want to offend anyone. Battle may force Maggie to take a break in the future, but neither she nor Rogers are leaving. After completing her therapy, the Days of Our Lives staple feels stronger and better every day, and we are incredibly grateful. Stephanie might have a disastrous big night. What unpleasant news does Johnny and Chanel have in store?" According to spoilers for Friday, October 31's episode of Days of Our Lives, Stephanie Johnson makes her major news. Alex Kyriakis, meantime, has had enough. What is Kat Green going to reveal? 2. This is what you should know. Big reveal. Stephanie's disguise is revealed, according to Days of Our Lives spoilers. She will reveal her identity as Anastasia Sands during her big celebration. There will undoubtedly be many people in that crowd who are astonished. However, we are beginning to question whether this event will end badly. The What's Next preview includes a footage in which Alex is shouting for someone to watch over him. Additionally, we see a video of Kat in her recent outfit appearing to be falling. Was she the actual target? One wonders, who wants her gone, if at all? EJ DiMera isn't even close to having her yet, in our opinion. Friday, October 31st spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Caution. In another scene, Alex issues a warning to Jeremy Horton. Since Stephanie is certain that Alex fabricated a relationship with Jada Hunter in order to reach her, we can be certain that he is extremely agitated. We assume that he will make it apparent that Jeremy is in his sights and that he must not make a mistake. All of a sudden, we are unsure of what to think. He appeared to be a good man who had changed a lot, but that one video of him after Jada stopped their date gave the impression that he was a nervous person. Therefore, either the authors are throwing us a little Halloween fake out, or they are going to make him the terrible mess Stephanie believes him to be. We shall see. Friday, October 31st spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Lastly, Chanel Dupree and Johnny DiMera receive more unfavorable news. We presume that the hope he was attempting to instill in her is totally destroyed. This is quite unexpected because, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Amy Choi appeared to be moved by EJ's request that she not object to the adoption. Additionally, on Friday, October 31st, EJ urged Kat to persuade her brother to sign away his rights, which we believe may be the information she discusses with Leo Stark. Days the rinse October 30th. Aaron and Sophia's story doesn't add up following a startling DNA test. Has the story of Tesoro's beginnings been told to us? Kat informed Aaron about Tesoro's paternity test results on the October 30th episode of Days of Our Lives. As Maury Povich would have put it, "You are the father. Aaron is unsure of what to do at this point." We still don't know the whole story, though it seemed to have appeared suddenly, and as though there's more to it than what Sophia or Aaron are saying. Tell and kiss. The idea that Aaron is a dateless, charmless, girl-repelling nerd is something that Days really wants us to believe. He's a Dungeons and Dragons player. He is considered lame by Ari and Holly. If he had the opportunity to have sex with Sophia, one of the most popular girls at school, wouldn't a child like that keep it to himself? All right, so Aaron is a dude. He will not write the information on the wall of the restroom. However, wouldn't he brag about it to Tate, his best friend? They're guys. It is what men do, especially considering Tate had expressed his desire for Holly and his lack of interest in Sophia. In Egypt, denial is more than just a river. According to Sophia, she had never even thought about Aaron being the father. She claimed to have a feeling that Tate was the father. Sophia is not a moron. She certainly gave the impression that it had never even occurred to her. And as we've seen, Sophia, that's not the well-thought-out plan for every scenario. A way out, particularly after Sophia's schemes failed and she began deceiving Tate. Wouldn't that have been a great opportunity to tell Tate, "You are not the father," and get him off her back, especially when he became fixated on meeting his daughter? Wouldn't Sophia have at least given that possibility some thought if she had known she had slept with Aaron? Rather, she repeatedly refused before experiencing a total mental collapse. This raises the possibility that something odd occurred between her and Aaron. Were either of them drugged? Are we dealing with another case of contaminated baked goods? Were they subjected to bullying? Were they duped? This is all illogical. An exciting reveal is what we're aiming for. Days of Our Lives star Maggie Kyriakis is leaving the show after Susan Rogers was diagnosed with cancer. Disclosed that actress and daytime Emmy winner Susan Rogers recently revealed she had been diagnosed with stage 2 colorectal cancer, meaning Maggie Kyriakis will be leaving Salem. The 82-year-old actress discussed her cancer with TV Insider, saying that she contacted her doctor and received a diagnosis. Rogers told the web magazine that she sought answers from her doctor because she felt uneasy. Although she had previously undergone routine colonoscopies, the results of a subsequent one that her doctor recommended were concerning. Rogers discovered that she had colorectal cancer following the doctor's request for an MRI, PET scan, and biopsy. When the doctor informed Rogers that she had cancer and that she needed to start treatment immediately, she was in utter astonishment. This past June, the actress took a break from her hectic day's shooting schedule to start her 6-week radiation and chemotherapy treatments. She was expected to show up for these therapy sessions 5 days a week. Nevertheless, Rogers had her Days of Our Lives family and her friend Sunny Osterman for support, even if she had no family in Los Angeles. According to Rogers, she had support during this trying time from her television daughter, Lindsay Gaudray, who also beat cancer in 2007. Actually, Lindsay was by her on-screen mother's side during infusions, holding her hand the whole time. Godfrey was accompanied by Paul Telfer, who ate a lot of meals with his DOOL mother-in-law while she battled cancer. I knew I could count on them, so it was a lovely experience, Rogers said in the TV Insider interview. we truly feel like one big family. Other Days co-workers supported Rogers in addition to Godfrey and Telfer. The actress reports that executive producer Ken Corday and co-executive producer Noel Maxim of DOOL called her frequently to check in. Stephen Nichols, Mary Beth Evans, and Greg Rickhart also made contact. Since joining the Canvas in 1973, Rogers has established a midday legacy on DOOL. In 1979, she won a Daytime Emmy for her performance as Maggie Horton Kyriakis in the supporting actress category. The bright side of Rogers' frightening cancer diagnosis is that she is now well and will resume filming the Peacock soap opera next week. Fans are reminded by Days of Our Lives spoilers that Maggie won't leave the program until 2026 because it films 10 months before it premieres, but they will also see her return a few months later. Stephanie makes her debut. Kat gives Leo intel. Johnny and Chanel sulk. Friday, October 31st spoilers for Days of Our Lives celebrate a frightening Halloween season with Stephanie removing her mask and Kat juggling several objectives. EJ believes Kat works for him. Rafe believes that Kat works for him. To prevent Leo from discovering what EJ is truly up to, EJ requested Gwen to be kind to him. Kat must do the same for EJ. So he gives her some information and sends her to Leo. Will Kat follow instructions, though? Will she tell Leo something he can use to undermine EJ? Or will she offer him the inside information EJ wants her to give to put Leo off course? Is it even possible for Kat to distinguish between the two? What is Kat going to tell Rafe she is doing? This woman, who didn't recall being Abigail, has already posed as Abigail. Does she still know what she wants or who she truly is? She's Here, World. The latest book created by worldwide best-selling author Anastasia Sands was typeset, edited, proofread, and published in just a few weeks. She has such talent. However, she is also Stephanie Johnson, and she is now prepared to make a big statement about it. Even if she does hold Jeremy accountable for placing her in that predicament, Alex also accuses Jeremy. Thus, he makes some threats, like the decent, helpful, and normal partner he believes he is. The waiting game. Johnny and Chanel are extremely concerned about Tesoro's biological mother's health, primarily to allow Chanel and Johnny to adopt Sophia's child and to inform their social worker that she misled them about Johnny sexting Holly. However, Sophia has experienced a psychotic episode. Obviously, to get even with them, why can't this wealthy, youthful couple ever have it their way? It seems so unfair to be wealthy and beautiful. Will Rachel recall shooting EJ DiMera in Horton Square following Halloween trauma? According to spoilers on Days of Our Lives, Rachel Black might recall shooting EJ DiMera sooner rather than later. Rachel told Thomas all about Kat's previous error with Chad. According to spoilers, Rachel's actions will become more concerning as she guides Thomas DiMera in a sinister direction. She started by telling Thomas all about what Kat Green had done to Chad DiMera when she had first come to Salem. Clyde Weston ordered Kat to pose as Chad's late wife, Abigail Devereaux DiMera. Chad made an effort to shield Thomas and prevent him from learning. But since Thomas was winning Monopoly, Rachel thought it would be a good idea to get even with her opponent. She had a dark motive for telling Thomas about Kat. Although Rachel is still a young child, let's not deny that she is the offspring of Kristen DiMera and has a wicked tendency to seek revenge. She shot her uncle EJ because she wanted to exact revenge. She wanted retribution since she felt that he had caused her grandmother, Rachel Blake, to vanish. Thomas has now been receiving instructions from Rachel on how to make sure that Kat and his father, Chad, are never able to date. Chad and Kat's romance has been formally spoiled by Rachel, and by Halloween, their tales might significantly overlap. At the Horton Square Halloween party, Kat will be attacked by a person wearing a white lab coat. This unidentified individual almost stabs poor Kat with a knife when they bring it to the celebrations and swing it around. Fortunately, Alex Kyriakis thinks quickly and moves Kat aside before it's too late. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives. Rachel might soon have a flood of memories and learn the truth. Kat will collapse in Chad's embrace. The attacker will still be able to cut a poor victim, though there have been rumors that this might just be a Halloween nightmare. But it could also be entirely real. Given that the offender attacks in Horton Square, children may be present to see the startling assault. Rachel might witness this terrifying attempt on Kat's life, which would cause her to relive the pain of the night EJ was almost killed by his own niece. Rachel's memories might be triggered by the entire experience. Recall that Rachel has dissociative amnesia. According to Dr. Marlena Evans, it seems that Rachel's forgetfulness is a coping strategy for the severe trauma she endured on the night of the shooting. Rachel was completely rocked by it. In the end, Kristen took the fall for her daughter, since she suppressed her memories. For a crime she did not commit, Kristen is currently incarcerated. Marlena was worried about Rachel's recent memory spark. It's possible that the young girl is beginning to piece things together. Rachel is adamantly opposed to her mother being imprisoned, but will she tell anyone if she recalls the actual events of that evening? Rachel may be lying, according to some followers, who believe she remembers more than she is admitting. In any case, Kristen must be set free, and the truth must be revealed. Rachel requires significant expert assistance. But will the chaos on Halloween bring up more memories than Rachel can cope with if she is indeed suffering from dissociative amnesia? Everything could change if Rachel remembers to pull the trigger. The debut of Days by Hank Northrop pays tribute to his father. According to Hank Northrop, his debut is a celebration of the relationships his father forged on that particular set, rather than merely a fresh chapter. Second chances, even for those who don't believe they deserve them, seem to make their way to Salem. Liam, a young guy with a troubled history who is currently being raised by Abe and attempting to reconcile with the version of himself he once was, is what makes him such an intriguing new character on Days of Our Lives. Off-screen, Hank Northrop, who plays him, is carrying on his own legacy, which extends all the way back to the day. Hank's entrance feels more like a continuation of something precious than a beginning. He is the son of General Hospital's Lynn Herring and Days star Wayne Northrop. A universe-style timing. The chance to join Days came at a time when acting was the last thing on Northrop's mind, he told TV Insider. The audition took place in the midst of his father's recent death. I felt good about doing the audition, but I was more focused on my father, he remarked. Weeks later, there was a callback followed by stillness until one call made all the difference. He said, I just immediately broke down in tears when he received the call saying he had the part on his birthday. He was struck severely by that moment. He remarked, it was so cosmic. What could have been another work abruptly turned into something far more intimate. It was almost like my dad had given me a birthday present, the first birthday after his passing. According to Northrop, it was a full-circle event that allowed him to deal with his loss by using the environment his father had helped create. He was overcome by emotion when he got to the set. It was more than just sentimental to enter the studio where his father had worked for so long. It was a sense of reconnection. Executive producer Ken Corday, co-executive producer Janet Spellman-Drucker, and casting director Marnie Seda were all congratulated for making it possible. But what lingered with him was the silent journey home afterward. Still in shock, he sat behind the wheel and muttered, "Thank you, Dad." Acquiring the skills with a known face. His first roles were beside Days icon James Reynolds, who had already performed with his father. Reynolds and Northrop were both taken aback when they first encountered each other because they hadn't been informed that they would be collaborating. Northrop remarked, "He and my dad had such a great working relationship." He just lit up when I saw him for the first time because they didn't tell him I was coming on to work with him. This type of reunion caused the environment to become quite tense. Northrop was now experiencing firsthand what his father had said about Reynolds, that his laugh could light up a soundstage. In fact, the production was briefly delayed by their exuberant embrace. He saw it as a reminder that the bonds his father forged on this set lasted long after he departed, rather than a true handing of the torch. Lynn Herring, his mother, is extremely proud of him. She gave advice, recommendations, and more passion than he could take after spending decades in the genre herself. Sharing this experience with her has made it much more significant, according to Northrop, who said her joy has been through the roof. Now that I get to honor my own father on the show that he loved so much, I'm just so honored, he remarked. It's simply so unique.